This film involves the use of the human mic, a technique developed by Occupy to get around laws prohibiting amplification in public spaces.
Mic check! Just a mic check!
It takes some getting used to, but there's no telling this story without it.
If there is anyone out there who still doubts that America is a place where all things are possible, who still wonders if the dream of our founders is alive in our time, who still questions the power of our democracy, tonight is your answer.
Welcome to the 60th day of our occupation.
I was watching a lot of things going wrong in the world, and I didn't have a sense that anything was being done about it.
Obama was elected in 2008. By 2010, it was pretty clear things were not getting better.
Once I saw the Arab Spring, I knew it was coming this way.
It was chanted in occupations all over the United States. If you think about that chant and what it represents, that was an effective policy.
Very probable! Very probable! A raid will be occurring tonight by LAPD, backed by sheriff tactical support.
The country is ripe. The country, in its psyche, it deeply wanted to talk about this.
That you are the seeds of a revolution.
That you are the seeds of a revolution.
But just the seeds.
But just the seeds.
Because we have to grow.
I remember Russell Simmons mentioned something about being seeds of revolution. And LA could have been a spark.
People are so not used to doing democracy.
We are no longer a movement. We are no longer a movement. We're stagnant.
We are not working with the police.
We do not collaborate with the police. Not do the police's work.
We need to go out to the neighborhoods. It's not going to happen. We waste 90% of our time dealing with camp issues.
The same pressures that are out there in society were just sort of focused in on the camp.
This thing never really included everybody in the first place.
I mean, there's like end the Fed people, there's communists, there's libertarians. They weren't like a natural match.
Putting capitalism in the pocket is the only way you're going to beat capitalism. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Some of the things that we talked about, like the 99% and the 1%, those ideas have sort of percolated out into the culture.
The spirit of Occupy, the idea that ordinary people can self-organize and democratically determine their daily lives, that is a really radical sentiment, and I think it still exists and it continues to manifest itself.
The Occupy movement was instigated by a group of left-wing activists targeting the heart of the global financial system, Wall Street. They chose to be leaderless and adopted an anarchist process called consensus. On September 17, 2011, Occupy Wall Street took over Zuccotti Park in New York City. Occupation soon spread throughout the United States. On October 1st, 2011, Occupy LA took over Los Angeles City Hall Park. Overnight, it became the biggest occupation in the country.
I had been waiting for something like Occupy to happen. I followed what was happening in Spain with the Indignados.
I paid attention to what was happening in Egypt and what was going on in Spain.
The uprising in Tunisia and then Egypt.
It's like every time I'd go downtown, I'd see something going on.
I thought, as soon as something like this happens here, I'm going.
When I realized that, this next one that comes up, no matter what it is, I'm going to make sure I attend and put some energy towards that cause. And it just so happened to turn out to be Occupy.
As soon as I saw Occupy Wall Street in some website somewhere, I was like, that's it.
We have a long way to go. We are just getting started. So we're not going away, we're going everywhere.
It's like a snowball effect. It was the right place at the right time, and it took off. The biggest factor was Obama being elected and nothing changed.
Well, I was there at the very beginning of Occupy LA. I was inspired by what was happening in Zuccotti Park. I was inspired by the fact that people were talking about economic inequality in a way that was different, was unique.
Came out to say hey and stay as long as you need to. We'll continue to work with you.
Tomorrow, we're putting in a resolution.
Tomorrow, we're putting in a resolution.
It will show support and solidarity from the city of Los Angeles with what you're doing.
It will show support and solidarity in what you do.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
In early October, LA City Hall approved a resolution supporting the occupation, but over time the relationship soured. With Occupy Wall Street evicted, the clock was ticking on Occupy LA. Within Occupy LA, deep internal divisions had formed. Camps developed within the camp. By the final weeks of November, things were coming to a head.
This is an American city. We are all in this together. And we have to stay on message. Regulate Wall Street. Put the bastards in jail. We have a paper trail. We can find out who they are. We know the head of Goldman Sachs' name. He should be in there with Madoff and all the heads, Jamie Dimon. And we need to stay on message. And we need leaders.
What a great demands and objectives committee meeting tonight. I gotta tell you, it was fantastic. We're getting focused.
Who has the money? Who's got the money?
If only we could bring that focus here, and that's what we're doing. That's what we are doing.
What are our demands as a group? How do we want to advance this movement, not just in Occupy LA, not just in Los Angeles, even as a city, but to national, even international proportions, so we can gain power for poor and oppressed people worldwide.
Each night, the occupiers met at the GA, the General Assembly.
I have a friend, Corey, at Occupy Wall Street. He's a major part of the movement there. I was there for 5 days, and he said he needs people out there to occupy Wall Street and show our support.
There was an article in the Minneapolis Examiner today talking about how these raids that have happened in Oakland and New York and Portland and other places were coordinated, coming down from the Obama administration, Homeland Security, the FBI. They basically went through, they had a conference call and went through a game plan. The game plan included the fact that police should use overwhelming force, should do it when the press was least likely to be there, and should look for a legal excuse to raid a camp.
People are curious about what's going on with this movement. There are so many things we can do to impact this movement. We had a great solution. Let's go down to the Macy's Day Parade. Let's go down there and march. Let's stop what's going on there. Hitting capitalism in the pocket is the only way you're going to beat capitalism. You understand what I'm saying?
You know what happened to New York last night, right? Occupy Wall Street. And that was messed up, you know, the police going in there raiding and destroying the property. And we know that our time is coming, right? Our time is coming. We know the police will be coming. How can we expand the Occupy movement, taking the concept of Occupy into foreclosed properties, into our homes, and into our workplaces, and occupying those places as well?
And remember, it's been done before. Martin Luther King in '68 was going to take a bunch of poor people in the Poor People's Party down to Washington, D.C. He was going to shut down that government until he got the change that he wanted. This is what this movement reminds me of. This is what we all represent out here. We can continue to do that.
We are going to continue this movement in our offices, in our homes, in our churches, wherever we are. So we've already won.
Strike back! Organize and occupy! Strike back! Organize and occupy! Stick to power!
A group of occupiers, the City Liaison Committee, had been secretly holding negotiations with authorities. This was just beginning to be known by the camp.
We saw the LA Times on the internet today that was saying that someone from Occupy LA is in negotiations with City Hall and LAPD. Yeah, that's what I said.
We have concerns right now from, we actually have had people, different sources, say that there is an exit strategy that's in the works, but unfortunately this exit strategy would undermine the solidarity of Occupy LA and the Occupy movement as a whole.
We do not collaborate with the police.
We will not do the police's work.
We will not do the police's work.
We are here to occupy.
We are here to occupy.
We are here to build a movement.
We are here to build a
to dispel a lot of the bullshit that's been going around. We are not working with the police on any particular issue. We are coordinating what we are doing in secrecy to work for Occupy LA. So we can, no. Check it out. Because Occupy LA represents social and economic justice, and we have this total transparency thing. You say you want strategy. You say strategy, and then you come to a public place like this, planning for an expansion or anything like that. How can you have an expansion or anything like that while you're talking about it on the freaking internet? I mean, all I'm saying is that there is no betrayal of anybody's anything.
Not working with the police.
Dude, nobody's working with the police. The fact is, we're trying to expand. We're trying to sell any other group out to do any particular, to go under the bus for Occupy LA. We're trying to take care of our own.
That's bullshit.
If we are non-violent, then violence cannot be our option.
We want to have a march. To show protest of the arrest. Of our brothers today. How do we feel about that? Free the law. What's the cause? Free the law. What's the cause? Free the law. What's the cause? Free the law.
Obama was elected in 2008. I think by 2010, it was pretty clear that things were not getting better.
The country is ripe. The country wanted, in its psyche, it deeply wanted to talk about this. I mean, in other countries, in Europe, the issue of class is talked about. The issue of inequality is talked about.
You know, you hear about Adbusters and you hear about Sakati Park, and it's like...
The original call to action from the Adbusters website was very clear, that the point was to get money out of politics. What was going on in 2011 had to do with the failure of the bailout.
If you create certain circumstances where people are unable to rise out of poverty, then you're going to have a permanent underclass, which affects our democracy. We have such low voter turnout, and there's a reason why. People feel unengaged, they feel like there's no reason for them to be engaged. What happened in 2011 was the economic equality spread to the middle class. The middle class began to feel the strains of an economy that wasn't working.
You need to remember that we're here for you and that you are here for us. Do not be afraid. Do not feel aggressive. We are aggressive. We are peaceful. I'm not saying this to make
A lot of people in communities of color were saying, well, this is something we've been dealing with for years. We've been talking about this for years. Nobody heard us. Nobody spoke to us. Nobody, raised a concern.
occupiers! We need to protect the occupiers! We need to form human chains! A human chain! Around all the camp! Around the camp! Everybody's got to form! Everybody's got to form! Arm in arm! Arm in arm! Keep the protect the camp! Protect the camp!
LAPD arrested 73 people on November 17. Most were released the next day.
On our way up, I walked with a small group. Of girls. Our mission was to scout. And see what was going on. Around the perimeter. Of Bank of America Plaza. We were stopped. By an older woman. She was a businesswoman. She asked us. If we were occupiers. And we told her yes. And she said thank you. Thank you so much for what you're doing. She said I want you to know. That there are so many of us. At home. And we watch TV. Every night. And the only thing. That makes us hopeful. Is this movement.
Our fight is not with the police. It's with the banks. When a citizen issues a citizen's arrest, that citizen holds the offender for the police until they arrive. When a corporation issues a citizen's arrest, they bring out 400 cops, Homeland Security, FBI, goes down a 4-block radius, 2 paddy wagons, and a bus. Yesterday was having the chance to be able to have a teach-in with the police. We had at least 45 minutes. Where they were standing there. We were able to educate them on revolution and the role that they play in revolution. This is our fight. We must shatter the manacles of control. By reminding the police that their duty is to protect first and serve second. I want to talk about standing our ground. When the police finally move in, they want their job to go as easily as possible. If you lock arms and do not let go, it will make their job harder. This does not mean that they can't throw the book at you. It just means that most of the time, to make their jobs easy, cops are full of shit. So stand your ground. Martin Luther King said, hate the system, not Not those. Caught up in the system. We are all caught up. In each other's humanity. I said to them. What would you guys rather have? We all order pizza. And eat pizza together. Or you shoot tear gas at it. I saw a couple of them. Who were very robotic. Crack a smile. They had their last name on their helmet. And I said, Magellan. I saw you smiling. You want pizza, don't you? And then he couldn't hold his smile in any longer. And he started to laugh. And I saw another one. Start to laugh. And that's what Mark is talking about. He says that we humanize the situation.
And I'm so proud of everyone. The people on the inside. And the people on the outside. We could hear you chanting. Even in the bus. Yep. It was beautiful.
From the beginning, a committee had been meeting to try and work out the demands and objectives of the movement.
3 weeks ago, the governor of Illinois said that if Occupy doesn't stand up for some goals, that their movement will fall apart. If the movement does not have goals, it will fall apart. So I think that this is the most important part of the movement, more important than anything else.
Objectives and demands that turned out to be reformist because of the way they were collected and the survey and any cultural bias or whatever complaint you could have about methodology. That's just one avenue. Okay, there's actions, marches, demonstrations. This is just one thing.
A survey of what Occupy LA wanted had been circulated and the results analysed. But only a small number had responded.
Just 36 people turned it in. We just wanted to let you know. Obviously, we have to state that this is not a statistically really valid sample.
We're going to take the sample of 35 or whatever. We're going to take out the top 10 or whatever and then present them as what I don't really know, but because that expresses the will of the people here. But if we know better, based upon our experience and our research, then somehow that it wouldn't be appropriate to analyze them with those tools of wisdom and experience. The method requires that we reinvent the wheel again. We don't learn from history.
I think that we need to let people make up their own minds and just present the facts, the raw data.
This is the first pass, almost the first issue of a newspaper, the first issue of demands. And then we take another round of surveys, possibly modifying the survey a bit to enlarge, because it's now been informed by the thinking and discussion that's been done by this committee.
I think that as long as we have the caveat, that you're right, 8% is not bad for survey results, honestly, but my only concern is that it's going to skew too many people to think that this is the only things we're considering.
Essentially what we want to say to GA is this isn't a finished process. I mean, that's the essence of basically what we want to communicate.
You're just extending something that you can't extend. If we don't come up with issues, we're dead.
I don't agree with we're dead. It's our decision whether we die or not. And I think
if you don't come up with goals, you're dead.
I disagree with that.
Okay, well then.
Anyway, let's go back to
rankings for each demand. So you can see just visually the raw data, and you can almost see a clustering effect for the issues that got voted as ranked number 1 the most times. So ending corporate personhood, Wall Street money out of politics, overturn Citizens United. Next is investigate the banks and bankers for fraud. Then for the rank of number 3, there were 5 votes for Stop the Wars. There were 3 votes for Divert Military Spending. So here's a heat map right here. So this is a linear formula where every rank, the rank of 1 got, for the purposes of this linear scale, the rank of 1 got a point value of 20, and the inverse for the rank of 20. So the rank of 20 got a point value of 1.
I would say that I'm enjoying the detail that you're going into for us, and I appreciate the work and the intelligence and everything that's in here. It's marvelous. But that level of detail for your presentation tonight isn't going to work. You know what Chaos GA just normally is.
A month earlier, the GA was temporarily replaced by an open mic People's Forum.
But we need to have a moment of silence. We need to calm it down. This is like modern day Rome right now. This is like fucking Parliament. You guys are not doing anything special. You're just crying. If you're not going to listen to each other, you're just crying. That don't mean I don't like you. I love you. I'm just circle, please. Get in a circle. Ignore him. Let him be. He'll get tired. Yo, dear future leaders, your new tyrants and dictators shall be benevolent. Check them out in action. They're rad. They're totally awesome. You're gonna bring the LAPD down here right now. Why don't you calm down? Calm down. Okay, here.
Get back in the circle, please. Please, get back. Get back in the circle.
Please circle up. Return to your circle. Find your heart center. This is what's wrong with the open forum. Don't follow the rabbit. Mic check. Please return to your circle. Growing up in this, the time is now. You don't know about the time. You don't know how many occupations there are. We are not cool. We are Is this the end of the movement?
Nah, brother. This is the movement.
Anyway, back to November.
This is a leaderless movement. How do the people in this movement feel about leaders?
Are they important?
Are they important?
Are they necessary?
Are they necessary?
We ask you
to
break out in the group.
break out into the group
Of about 7 or 8.
And
Discuss the topic.
Select
the spokesperson.
Send
him over to a stacker. Stackers, raise your hands. Excuse me, my name's DJ.
I feel that we all leaders. We don't necessarily need 4, 5, 10 people leading us anywhere, because that's how we got in this situation right now, because of the leaders that were supposed to be for the people are not for the people. So I totally say fuck leaders.
Fuck leaders.
Be a leader your own self.
The problem with leadership in this right now is not that we have leaders, is that the influence on the leaders. And the influence on the leaders is big money. So leadership in itself is good. I think it's important to have a spokesperson for the people. As long as there is no ego investment or monetary investment, then the leaders have no reason to not represent the people. So I do believe in leadership that is truly representative and rotates out, and it's viewed as a community service that you don't necessarily get paid stupid amounts for.
The nonviolent statement says that we are a movement of leaders, okay? So that means that we all have collective responsibility to work for the betterment of the movement. And that doesn't just mean taking it upon yourself and doing autonomous action whenever you feel that's necessary. That means openly bringing it up to everybody, teaching people, taking responsibility for your actions, and promoting the collective leadership, okay? As a movement of leaders, we can't all just say everything and then have it happen, okay? We have to come together as a group and decide what's best for everyone.
With the role of leadership, whatever that means, entails a great deal of responsibility. And the responsibility is to the people who you lead. And the difference between a tyrant and a leader is concerned about those values, concerned about what their role represents to the people who are, I guess, followers. A tyrant is a person who imposes power from top down, and they're not a leader.
If we're going to have a leadership thing without having structures in place to check people, we're just building the same system. And that's really what it is. And there are already people that are messing things up, and I think we already know who they are. And it's dangerous. It really is.
It's about transparency of information, and the information has produced greed in the leadership. So the people who have that information aren't willing to give it because now they're in a position of power, and they're unwilling to compromise in any way because they think that it compromises their meetings, which are important for them.
Leadership doesn't necessarily mean the boss or having followers. Leadership means taking initiative and responsibility when something needs to be done. Don't wait for someone else to do it. Take the initiative and do it upon yourself. That should be the understanding of leadership, not bosses and followers.
I think there's two different kinds of leadership. I mean, one is the sort of horizontal leadership that operates in the community on the ground, like say keeping it real committee. It's a matter of touching base with a lot of people, bringing the people together to deal collectively with problems. There are, needs if you're dealing with talking to Oakland or talking to the city or whatever, the fire department, the health department. You have to have a representative or a couple of representatives. And if you don't like the way they perform, you just replace them. But they're delegates, they're representatives.
We were trying to create another world, a better world. So I think we need to talk, what is our depth? I mean, we define what a leader is. I like her idea of the rotating thing. I'm just asking if Martin Luther King came in here in this circle right now, you refuse him, he wouldn't be a leader, right? He couldn't lead his shit, right? Malcolm X, he's my leaders. Malcolm X, I followed him to hell, right? So, but I think, we were talking about leadership. Let's define what a leader is regarding what we're trying to build here. And we're creating a new type of leadership, whatever. I think it's a word that people get too hung up on. Like I said, I see things that have to be done. I organize things around here, and we get it done.
But if you don't agree, and they're doing something in my name, that is a problem. In fact, that's completely against what Occupy was set up in the first place.
My group felt that Occupy is a leaderless movement. The 1%.
The 1%.
Relies upon leaders. To assume control. Of the entire population. The 99%. Must work together. To create a peaceful and just society.
Our group discussed the concept of Vox Populi. Which means voice of the people.
Voice of the people.
We do not have leaders. That make decisions. Decisions are made by open source groups that anyone can participate in. A Vox Populi leader is a charismatic person to answer questions and speak on behalf of Vox Populi. And they are constantly rotating.
I just wanted to say that I was not elected by my group to speak to you right now. And the reason I'm speaking before you is to give you an example of what happened if I was to decide on my own that I was representing my group. Please keep that in mind. When we talk about transparency, and when we talk about having spokespeople,
transitional period. The majority of us have come from a society that did not teach us to be leaders. We need to educate ourselves and others on how to be leaders. When we reach that point, we will all be spokespersons. For the movement. We will all represent the needs and the goals of the movement. Thank you.
I've been involved in the movement. Since the beginning. I can look out my window. And all the beautiful people. At Zuccotti Park. And I've been hopeful that your energy and courage would inspire a shift in this country. One that would benefit the 99% in a meaningful way. We all realize that this country is controlled by big business. It's something that's been overlooked for some time, but it's becoming a realization to the masses. This is because of your courage, and your hard work, and your inspiration. People in the black community are very upset that so many people are incarcerated. Such long periods of time. The discussion about health care. But the health care companies won't give you health care. Almost everything that you complain about is the result of politicians making decisions on behalf of business. Instead of the people. I want to close by saying that you are the seeds of a revolution. But just the seeds. Because we have to grow.
I remember Russell Simmons mentioned something about being seeds of revolution. And LA could have been a spark.
People are so not used to doing democracy.
No longer a movement. We are no longer a movement. We're stagnant. Because we're stagnant. We need to go out to the neighborhood.
The City Liaison Committee continued to meet with the powers that be. On day 52, rumors of a deal led to an impromptu meeting on the West Steps.
Until we have arrived at a consensus among all of us. This is not something that we should be showing rough drafts of. Let us crystallize our plan of action first, and then let the media have at it. Talk about it.
Mic check. Whoever wants to move it, they're not able to convince the group. This will end up being a public conversation. Either way, we have to present all this information. To the GA. I want to open the floor. To anyone who has a solution to this. Decker. I'm on. All right. We're already here. We have the information. Scott has an update. I really think we should have the meeting here. Whatever information is to be given to us is already public. Strategy, though, is different. The LA Times reporter has left. She's right there. She's right there, man. No, she's still here. Right there by the pole. If the strategy and the report back are the same, are we to understand that the police are aware of our strategy?
I think it's important that the press not know what we're thinking about. Until everybody at Occupy LA knows what we're thinking about. And the assembly, everybody will know as soon as the press knows.
At the General Assembly, everybody will know as soon as the press knows.
Can I get a temperature check on hearing a basic report back
and then immediately breaking up this meeting.
Obviously, they want their lawn back. They know, and frankly, so do our lawyers know, we can't get around the damn camping laws. Nevertheless, we've said we're not prepared to move unless something very sweet is on the table. For example, as in New York, which now has building space, we thought you might like to have 10,000 square feet of building space in Civic Plaza. We thought that some of you might like to grow vegetables on a couple of plots of vacant land. Yes. We thought that you would want to have some of the homeless that are with us have a place to stay. We thought you would also want to have a continued presence on City Hall lawn. So far, to our utter amazement, they've agreed with all of that.
They've agreed with all of that.
We've been very clear with them that even if this happens, our protest will not be diminished. They can expect to see us in the street more than they've seen us in the street so far.
Yeah.
They must accept it as a reality because there we have the law on our side. When push finally comes to shove, we're hoping to come back to you with their best offer. At that point, my guess is some people will want to accept it. Some people will not want to accept it. And nobody else in the country has done this. It would be unprecedented. You would have a chance to have a permanent movement while everybody else is scrambling.
Jim, I for one am still unclear as to exactly what the report back was. If there's something that wasn't reported back, please state those things.
If there's something that wasn't reported back, please state
Such
those
as,
things.
was there a date?
Was there a date?
I don't think we need to worry about a particular date, but I do think we have to be conscious that we don't have a lot of time to either accept the offer or not. It's not open-ended. We've talked literally with the best civil liberties lawyers in the country, and you simply cannot legally sleep overnight on City Hall floor. You just can't do it.
Please, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. We're getting into strategy.
We're getting into strategy.
And that's what we said we weren't going to do here in public. We have a shadow moderator, timekeeper,
Yeah.
a couple of proposals that have pulled their proposals from the agenda so that we can discuss as a group something that's recently come up.
Tonight, we are not going to reach a decision. Tonight, we are going to discuss.
We have said to the city, we do not represent you. We only are telling you what some of you have said to us that you want. The day is drawing near when they will not allow this occupation to continue. We will agree to nothing until and unless you have decided what you want to do.
This building and its lease. Will it be in a contract form? We asked to see the lease. To ensure that the rug isn't pulled from underneath us.
I want to say, today is day 52. And I want to celebrate. At the same time, I'm very disturbed. I'm feeling betrayed. And confused. And I'm not exactly sure why. This is the first time that all these discussions, negotiations are coming to light. I don't appreciate people appointing themselves to represent me, to represent us, without selecting them. Because if people are speaking on our behalf, we have a right to know what happens during those discussions, meetings. And my question is, who
Mic check. I understand the question.
I understand the question.
Myself. I've identified myself. That was at the meeting will be proud to do the same, because nobody spoke for anybody at those meetings, and I resent the implication that we did.
I was at the meeting.
I was at the meeting.
And I remind people.
At
the first GA. I was appointed. At that GA. To be city liaison.
926. 926. Sunday.
I said no. But I was asked again. So I said okay. So I was there.
And the mayor.
At the first meeting.
I was there with Mario.
And Jim Lafferty was there from the National Lawyers Guild. 2 other people there.
There were 2 other people there.
At the next meeting.
There
were 6 people there.
Jim.
Myself. And Mario. And 3 other people. They were new people. At the next meeting. There were 12 people there. Today. There was another meeting. Jim Lafferty was there. I was there. Mario was there. And there were 8 other people there.
Is this measure trying to get us to separate from the people? And say we're Occupy LA. And not look for the best interest of the people.
And not look for the best interests of the people.
When I was arrested, someone was telling them exactly what we were doing. And I don't understand why.
I believe being here, we're just preaching to the choir. We are no longer a movement. Because we're stagnant. We need to go out to the neighborhoods. Talking grandly. Doing a general strike. On May 1st. But let's get real. We're not going to do it. By just talking to each other. We have to go to East LA. We have to go to South Central. We have to go to Long Beach. We have to go to San Fernando Valley. Go everywhere. Really organize. A general strike. It's not going to happen. We waste 90% of our time. Dealing with camp issues.
For exactly how long
Has the discussion
of the building,
of the farmland,
and homes for homeless
been going on?
And also, why is it now just being brought to the GA?
And why is it now just being brought to the GA?
Okay, the reason why you're hearing about this today is because we didn't have anything on paper. Anything before that. Hearsay. Speculation. People let their imaginations. Run wild.
Mario talking about this.
I'm in the meeting. Mic check. I was in the meeting. 2 of them. So I'm trying to put another face on this.
Why will Mario talk about it? Mic check. I was happy to answer. Bradley wanted to answer. As Scott pointed out. 5 meetings.
We have 5
We didn't have anything to bring back. So we had something in writing.
You
know what?
Mic check.
We thought until we get something in writing, we can't bring anything back. Because we were.
You can negotiate for us.
Thank you. Like it goes down.
I wanted to thank Mario and the rest of the city liaison group. For finally sharing with us a discussion which I believe is actually a negotiation. Why has there not been any announcement? Regarding the future of the location. Of the General Assembly meetings, which should take place on these steps.
You said the city basically says we have a deadline to be here. They have offered us this building. Is that building going to be in place by the time we are told to move from here?
Yes. Let's first. That's back to our hearts.
Get into our hearts.
I think everyone here. Wants the success of this movement. My question is. I don't understand. How anti-camping laws. Trump the First Amendment.
The camping laws do not trump the First Amendment. On everywhere. But the camping laws do trump the First Amendment. On certain locations. You have no right. To occupy public space. Indefinitely. To the exclusion of others who might wish to occupy it. Like the farmers. Like the Boy Scouts. Like whoever the hell. Of the 4 million people in Los Angeles. Want to occupy.
Honestly, I think it was a ruse to get us to discuss it and see if we could settle for something a lot less than what we were there for.
There was a mayor's aide who was there making the offer. There were police establishment folks there to facilitate the offer.
If it's not a legally binding contract, there's not a lot to go off of.
Basically what the city was sort of trying to do is turn us into another kind of nonprofit, where we'll have an office and we'll write to our congressman. And a lot of people were already way beyond that.
As an organizer, as an activist, I felt like we were losing focus. And I was advocating even before we entered into discussions with the city that we need to move beyond this position, that it was unattainable to just hold this land indefinitely.
When Occupy started, I just couldn't see it ending on any other terms besides a Gandhian type sit-in where people who were resolved to stay were going to be arrested. And I just hoped that would happen in the least painful means possible.
When you talk about a failure, the failure is in taking opportunity to build something permanent.
Last night, Chris brought forward a proposal that said we should present to the GA and basically to ask the GA to consent to a statement saying basically we were getting work done, to show what kind of work we had been doing as a committee, and that included in that was the top demand. We agreed last night that having the top demand from this survey was premature, and but Chris still wanted to make a statement saying we have done work, show City Hall that we were getting work done that was in our First Amendment right.
Evidence in the form of demands or objectives that were submitted in that statement, it really kind of lost its relevance.
That's what I thought we had talked about, that we were going to look at it and talk about the value of bringing forward a statement to show the GA and the world that we had made all this progress. That's what I thought we should do last.
We don't want to, again, insinuate that, hey, this is our final cut.
Yeah.
It's not our final cut, apparently.
Temperature check on that. I mean, I think we all have a consensus that is what you just said is the case. Basically, I think what we're doing here most of the time when we meet is an extremely valuable process that it reflects a very important social phenomenon and an important juncture in political development of our society and our nation. It's happening in the encampment, but it's also happening here in a higher level, let's face it. And I think that the process that we're engaged in is extremely valuable. And often I've been here and saying, God, I wish we had videotaped that because that was so great, you know? It's too bad more people haven't been in on this.
So your proposal is?
My proposal is that we have a series of public forums at a location such as USC, which is really nearby, in an academic environment or some similar sort of environment where certain issues or groups of issues or demands, if you want to call them, objectives are put on the table, where advocates of certain points of view on the issue can call witnesses of certain kinds, you know, whether academic or professional of some sort, to speak and be asked questions.
Is this an expansion of the Demands and Objectives Committee, or is this an expansion of our occupation teaching style?
We just discovered here that people aren't informed enough on some of the specific demands to really render an opinion. Or we kind of got a little bit of a sense of that, like you were saying earlier.
This requires educated individuals on issues to come and speak like you're talking about, and that sounds like a time period that has been reserved for individual types of demands, not necessarily the large process that we have been involved with at a granular level here. Okay.
I'm saying it would be more of an extension.
A research committee, outreach committee.
We can talk about it some more, but I think it's a valuable idea that we should discuss.
All right.
We're asking the participants in the Occupy LA encampment to begin to pack their belongings and to leave City Hall Park in an orderly manner. I'm proud of the fact that this has been a peaceful, nonviolent protest. It has been peaceful because we decided to do things differently here in Los Angeles. We've not stared each other down across barricades and barbed wire. From the start, we've talked with one another and we've listened to each other.
You haven't talked to the General Assembly.
I trust that we can manage the closure of City Hall Park in the same spirit of cooperation. And we've worked hard and will continue to work hard to ensure that this chapter will be known as the peaceful, nonviolent event that reminded our city of these essential truths. We cannot and we must not neglect social justice.
I am a student. I'm currently occupying our school. With the success of 27 days. The greatest thing that has come out of this is that we have gotten away from our televisions, from our boxes, and come out into the streets and talk to one another. This experience has changed me so much. I've grown so much. It's like the Grinch with his heart. At the end of the movie. When the heart gets 3 times bigger. That's what happened to me here. Because of all of you. And that has nothing to do with Wall Street. But it has to do with humanity. Instead of arresting us, this should be arresting and tearing down Monsanto's camp. Goldman Sachs' camp. All these people that are destroying the whole planet Earth. We're just chilling. And they want to clean up this mess. But we are trying to clean up their fucking messes. Multiply! The system has got to die! You raid us, we multiply!
It's an honor and a privilege. To be with you today. As Julie said, I'm a Vietnam veteran.
As Julie said, I'm a Vietnam veteran.
I've been in a wheelchair for 43 years.
I've been in a wheelchair for 43 years.
And I've never felt more positive.
I've never felt more positive.
Or stronger.
Or stronger.
Or more confident.
Or more confident.
Or more optimistic.
And more optimistic.
Than I do. Being with all of you.
Being with all of you.
Right now.
Right now.
I want you to know.
I want you to know.
Tonight.
Tonight.
We are going to hold this ground.
We are going to hold this ground.
In the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King.
In the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King.
With dignity.
With dignity.
With grace.
With grace.
Peacefully and non-violently.
Peacefully and non-violently.
We will not be moved.
We will not be moved.
We will not be deterred.
We will not be deterred.
Let everyone know.
Let everyone know.
All across this country.
All across this country.
That LA is going to make a stand tonight.
That LA is going to make a stand tonight.
Here in the steps of City Hall.
Here in the steps of City Hall.
We will respond to their batons with love.
We will respond to their batons with love.
We will respond with dignity.
We will respond with dignity.
Grace.
Grace.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
This land is our land.
This land is our land.
This land is your land.
This land is your land.
From California.
From California.
To the New York Island.
To the New York Island.
From the Redwood Forest.
From the Redwood Forest.
To the Gulf Stream waters.
To the Gulf Stream waters.
This land.
This land
was made.
Was made.
For you.
For you.
And me.
And me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
At the public sector side, where the politicians are easily purchasable, and therefore they're not acting on behalf of the taxpayer. They're acting on behalf of SEIU and other groups that pay them in order to create a very corrupt system.
We have many allies, many allies. We're surrounded by allies. And you know what? We're going to keep working with them until we get the social and economic justice the people deserve. Bottom line, you're giving publicity to those two people that you helped destroy Acorn.
Yeah, and in every office except for one, a pimp and prostitute go in saying that they want to establish.
That was a false. That was a fake video.
No, it wasn't. Yes. If they
fake.
act like a pimp and a prostitute, and in every office except for one of the LA offices, they aim to help them, to get them hooked up on American taxpayers' dollar. It was newsworthy, and when they came to me, I put out the full transcripts and the full audio. So
But not the full video. Not initially.
Do
you really think that was good acting?
Do you need more space? I'm answering questions. Why are you interjecting? Do you want me to answer? Are you going to defend me when I can't answer for myself?
Oh, have at it. You're the one grandstanding. Let's hear it.
Okay, well, there's 100 of you. There's one of me. I don't know how many people on the other side are willing to do that.
Remember my name! My name is Mike Burkett. I'm part of the 1%, but I'm here to drink some beer and occupy. I'm Eric, but I can't sing too well, but I can chant. Occupy, occupy, occupy. I'm John from Tennessee, and all I want to see, democracy, occupy, occupy. That's Jose from Mexico, and he wants the bankers to go. Occupy, 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 occupy. We want violence to cease. We want cops. We want police to join our ranks. Occupy, occupy. So put down that pepper spray. Put your clubs and cups away. We're not the crooks, that's the banks. Occupy, 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 occupy.
Strategy for outreach and declare that publicly and blast it everywhere. So we almost forced their hand to have them come tonight instead of Wednesday because we have the people.
I don't understand what massive act.
Well, if we respond to that and then start drafting something for Wednesday for massive outreach and make that plan whether it's real or not, make that plan publicized. They might think they may have a bigger crowd to contend with on Wednesday, so they might just want to get it over with tonight.
People are wondering how long can you stay here? And what is your message? Do you have a message?
Mic check. Mic check. All right. If you guys in your groups, thank you for doing that. That's where it all starts, is talking to each other and figuring out what we need to do. If you can begin to wrap it up and come back to your seats.
Why do we occupy? We occupy because animals are part of the 99% and deserve our compassion. We occupy because there are no jobs after college, just debt. We occupy because of the gross economic inequity of our times. There are no decent jobs, and everyone should have the opportunity to make a decent living. 1 minute. We occupy and have been inspired to learn to cooperate, work together, and to build community. And finally, we occupy to figure out how to share the abundance of this earth in a fair and sustainable way.
Pigs can fly. Pigs can fly. Second. Non-violence. This occupation has agreed to be non-violent. When we do get the call that the police are coming in. And there will be a call. We're gonna meet here. And regroup. And do what we gotta do.
Mic check. I'm here to tell you that the world has ceased to follow these principles. I'm here to tell you that we are human beings. I'm here to tell you that there comes a time when one can no longer be silent.
Is still packed to the left. Some people are actually packing up with others have gas masks like
Attention all units. Per CP, all units responding to City Hall that do not have an assignment respond to the rear of the MPAV.
They're all people that like all the
A lot of them have
There's some that are really into the cops. Like I met a lot of
The one you have, make a layer again.
The 99%. Yeah, I'm part of that shit too. In the park, off the street. In the park, off the street. In the park, off the street. In the park. people back. Back to the park. 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 Too strong. The people are too fierce. The people are too willing to stay up all night. And all day tomorrow. And talk over helicopters. And tell helicopters to get on stack.
There was no police raid that night.
I want to start from where we started. We came here because of economic injustices. And political tyranny. And we came here to exercise our rights. To assemble. Freedom of speech. And freedom to protest.
Again. This is directed specifically at Matt Zavo and Mayor Villaraigosa and others who have expressed publicly that they do not understand how to talk to us. It is also addressed to any people who have had negotiations on our behalf without the consent of the General Assembly.
All I know is I haven't checked my clock lately. But I know it's past 12:01.
12:01 last night. And we're still here. We have another hard block. I don't know what to do. Daryl. My concern is this is a statement. And I can't see what that statement is. I see the proposal. Crosses out an addition. Crosses out. I want to see what is going to be given to the officials. I want to see what is given to the officials.
Mic check. And I've offered to reread the statement in full. Exactly how it's going to be delivered. Wish to communicate on behalf of our movement. There are several methods to do this. That we the people have consented upon.
My heart block is that this eliminates committees' ability to do their job. By making the facilitation committee the only conduit to have a discussion between the mayor and Occupy LA.
Point of process. It's a point of process. That's not what this proposal is. That proposal has already passed through GA. The proposal.
Mic check. What she's trying to say. Again. All this does is bullet point out already accepted and consented on methods of communication with the General Assembly. It in no way curtails any individuals or committees from having any discussions with anyone they like. They just can't do it on behalf of everyone.
I still have my heart block because what you just said is not clear in the wording of the proposal.
I agree with the proposal.
But I don't agree that we should even talk to these people. They lied to us.
This is a statement. That's going to be should be perfect.
It should be perfect.
Are there any hard then consensus has been reached. I know, it's that long process, but it's amazing when it finally happens.
The GA decided Occupy LA would have no more negotiations with City Hall.
We could get everybody back on the sidewalk, and without a permit, the streets are still open to traffic. Didn't want anybody to get hurt. Had to keep the streets open. So after about 4 or 5 hours of trying to get people, we had to call people. Well, look at the guys that are policemen over there. They're just like you guys, man. They're the same, and they're there in a situation maybe they've not been in before. And a bunch of people screaming in your face, that can be a little intimidating to it. They don't know you personally, so the stuff they say, it shouldn't really affect them personally. If you want to talk to somebody, the guys that are standing behind them are the captains and the commanders and their sergeants, and if you need something from them, signal over to them, they'll come over and talk to you, say, hey, what's your issue, what do you want to talk about, or something. Every cop gets issued a helmet, right? Every cop gets issued a helmet, every cop has a baton, and we penalize our guys, or we get them in trouble if they don't have their baton with them when they're at work. Visor up. Not so bad.
I want to thank you because I've been to some disco raids and open raids, and there's never been any captain or commander who's gone out and talked to everybody.
Well, look at now. You get a commander, and you get a captain, you get another captain, and you get a sergeant, and you get a lieutenant. Look at it. We give it everything. And I tell you, I can sense the frustration that everybody has over here, and we can certainly understand the frustration that you guys have here. So the reason why we called all those cops in from all over the city, we hadn't planned on having them here, was because all the folks that were so many people here, and they started spilling into the streets. And I'm not saying it was you guys here, and I'm not saying it was anybody officially associated with you guys, but there were some independent contractors out there, right? Commander Andrew Smith is my name, and I'll be here, I'm here in the evenings, I'm here during the day, my office is right across the street, so just wanted to come over and say hello to you.
Escape prosecution and any civil and criminal penalties have so far been token or non-existent. We need to combine those. The financial industry, through its dominance of the political and economic life of the nation, executed a massive theft of public and private money. This historic crime of grand larceny and fraud must not be swept under the rug of history. The American people, like people around the world, require an economy and financial industry that is just, free from fraud, responsive to the rule of law, transparent and accountable to the people, not just the 1%.
Even the rich are losing out. This is like to say, not only that it's so outrageously unfair and unjust.
But what are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is that all this carnage is coming with no benefits to anybody. So if anybody disillusions himself that if you are very rich and you are deserving, then it's okay, then the fact of the matter is that even if you are rich, this type of inequality doesn't help you. It's
inequality that is bad for everyone?
Yeah.
Well, that should be quite apparent.
It wrecks the general economy, which doesn't do any favors even to the rich among us.
Their CEO makes 531 times the average income. Do they have it compared to other countries?
Yeah, but it's like probably somewhere down here.
Internal anatomy, and then saying, oh, how do you hold the conversation?
2001, it was 42 times?
In 1980, it was 42 times.
Okay.
And in 2001, it's 531 times.
And that's not even including the past 10 years?
No,
Oh, my God.
No demands were ever released by Occupy LA.
Welcome to the 60th day.
The 60th day
of our occupation. Very probable.
Very probable.
A raid will be occurring tonight. By LAPD. Backed by Sheriff Tactical Support. We do not encourage violence. Or antagonizing the police.
The moment in history. On Monday, around this square here, we had about 100 or more than 100 people. Young men and women. staying up in the cold.
Staying up in the cold.
Between 12 midnight and 4 a.m.
Between 12 midnight and 4 a.m.
Ready to show in principle.
Ready to show in principle.
That they were willing to be arrested.
That they were willing to be arrested.
A time will come.
A time will come.
In the history of this country.
In the history of this country.
When their story will be written.
When their story will be written.
Their story of courage.
Their story of courage.
Just like today.
Just like today.
56 years ago.
56 years ago.
In Montgomery, Alabama.
In Montgomery, Alabama.
A woman called Rosa Parks.
A woman called Rosa Parks
took a stand. Refused to be moved from where she was sitting in the bus. And changed the course of history.
And changed the course of history.
And so I say, we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved.
We're an NPR affiliate. The first question is, we made a lot of progress. What is our key message and what is the next step? Second question is, how do we envision moving and spreading this movement?
We're at a critical moment in this movement where we need to figure out, and I think this is the subject of our next question, how do we expand into the community? How do we turn this from an occupation of a single space at the steps of the seat of power and bring that power into the communities in a way that we're able to mobilize effectively and start taking power back into the hands of where it belongs, which is the people of these countries.
This is the Commons. We've recreated the Commons here, and that needs to be, I think that's one of the key messages. As far as the economy and politics, I say we go all the way, and what I mean by all the way is not just getting money out of politics, not just jobs, not just good jobs and that sort of stuff. It's a fundamental redesign of our economic system.
Stop asking authorities of which there are none. Stop asking authorities of which there are none. And start doing positive things for your community. Start doing positive things for your community.
My brothers and sisters! My brothers and sisters! No, you are not alone! No, you are not alone! No, you will never be alone! No, you will never be alone! We stand here with you! We stand here with you! In rain and in shine! In rain and in shine! Neither LFPD! Neither LFPD! Nor the mayor! Nor the mayor! Has the power! Has the power! We the people! We the people! Have the power! Have the power! We the people! We the people! Have the power! Have the power! We want them to know right now. We want them to know right now. Doesn't matter who comes. Doesn't matter who comes. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. Going anywhere.
Stick together and make sure that tonight goes as peacefully as possible. And all our guys are going to use as much restraint as they can, and we hope that everybody over across the street is peaceful as well. We hope that it ends peacefully because it's been a non-violent protest since the beginning here in Los Angeles, and you guys have done a terrific job with that. We hope that continues tonight.
Everyone here is willing to be arrested if it comes down to that, because our grievances have not been addressed. This is a movement for economic justice and for social justice. It's a movement about inequality, and until those grievances are addressed in a big way by the powers that be, and until people have an awakening of consciousness and start to realize that this is the future, we will be here and we will occupy.
It's a movement! It's a movement!
But ultimately, we all live in a short life, so we should be good to one another.
I say line everybody up. Everyone puts their money together. You buy the first person a home, then line everybody up, put money together, buy the second person a home, and so on and so forth. Then you make selling homes illegal, and then people can just trade their habitat forever and ever and ever. Amen.
I was the police trying to come.
I mean, they're bringing up on people all the time.
How they beat American citizens.
I'm going away, but stop torturing him. Saying you're in a raid act. Getting all the attention.
Just like everybody in line. At the Southern Crosswalk on Main Congress and the executive branch.
Just after midnight, LAPD raided and declared Occupy LA an unlawful assembly.
Right after the raid, there was a lot of energy, and people were very focused on continuing. But when those fences went up, I realized very quickly that it was going to be very difficult to coordinate a movement without any space.
The same pressures that are out there in society were just sort of focused on the camp.
Occupy's failure to engage the community from a 99% perspective is the exact reason why people don't exactly linger in these types of things.
You know, just after a certain period of time when the glow and the happiness of finding people who are noticing the same problems with society wore off, then you get a chance to look at the problems with those people.
All we're trying to do is feed people, teach people, try to solve the world's problems, and that's why we're getting arrested. They're taking orders from the move, not from people that want to solve people's problems, but people that want to shut us up. That's why. They want to shut us up.
This is going to sweep that problem under the rug, and everyone's supposed to forget about it, right? Is that what that's
Caesar would talk about people who love to engage in this intellectualism without actually doing anything. I didn't see the necessity of speaking to the choir. I wanted us to get out there, do something substantive, something incredible, something that would would change the dynamics of this country forever.
For 60 days! For 60 days! It won't stop us! It won't stop us!
Something like Occupy happens, and there's nothing, there's no infrastructure, there's no institution to capture that energy.
I tell my son that you can learn a lot more in your defeats than you can in your victories. And I think we have to learn from our failures and what we fail to do to learn and build a better movement in the future.
Occupy LA was evicted. 292 people were arrested.
Wither Occupy? Where is this movement heading? Is this a protest movement? Is it a political movement? Is it a nuisance movement? Where do you see it going?
I think it has very real prospects of becoming a serious movement here in the country. The issues that they've raised of economic justice, the issues of concentration of wealth, the disparity between wealth and poverty, the growing evisceration of the middle class, the jobs deficit.
By early 2014, internal divisions had torn apart what was left of Occupy LA. But some seeds had grown.
Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can make me turn back. This land is made for you and me. This land is yours.
Of the city, near the shadow of the steeple, at the relief office, I see my people. Some are grumbling, and all are wondering if this land's still made for you and me.